Hello, 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 and welcome to the Open Book Besties show. I'm already laughing because we made the fatal mistake in recording while our kids are home.
Yeah. That was really smart on our part.
And I kind of wish I would have hit record like 45 seconds ago, because then everybody would have heard you lose your ever-loving mind.
And the threats that were coming out of my mouth. I was screaming down the stairs.
You don't swear a lot, like in real life, like when you're just having a conversation, you don't curse a lot, but you just dropped like 10 F-bombs in a row. It was pretty epic.
Well, I have reached my limit today.
Mondays are your packing days.
Yes, Mondays are the days where
and Fridays.
Yes, and Mondays it's like, let's see how much we can cram into one day, Christy. Let's see how much we can do. And even yesterday, you were like, "Are we going to record the podcast?" And I was like, sitting, all wild, crazy haired, curled up in my chair, smelling like yesterday's laundry. And got my book and I'm reading it. I'm drinking my coffee. I didn't even get up to eat. I'm just drinking coffee. And I thought, hell no, I ain't getting up to do that podcast. And I really should have, because we could have been relaxed. We could have done it while they were like still asleep or whatever. No, I had to wait until today. And then my kids are going bananas. So
yeah, I know. Well, I didn't want to yesterday either, but it's funny how we both like tiptoe around it, because neither one of us want to admit that we don't want to put on makeup. We don't want to like get ourselves together. Right. So we're like, I mean, I can if you want to. And you're like, well, I mean, let's just see how it goes.
And then I'm like, don't answer Misty's text. Pretend you're busy. And then you never messaged me.
I didn't, because I didn't want you to say you wanted to do it.
So I was like hiding from you and you were hiding from me.
When if one of us was just honest with each other, right, we would know. We'd be on the same page.
I mean, I sent you that picture of my hair. That should have been enough. Even you said, wow.
Yeah.
I was like, thanks, Misty. You're not supposed to agree with how terrible it looks.
You were looking a little rough. I
hadn't washed my hair in a couple of days. It was just like,
I did shower yesterday, but that's as far as I got. And then I had so much laundry.
Yeah, I had a book I had to read. So I was all about it. And well, okay, this past week, I worked really hard. And I guess the week before I worked really hard.
You worked really hard, yeah.
Yeah, and so it's like by the time I just burn that candle, burn. By the time I hit Saturday, and I'm really in my brain telling myself, I'm going to write, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to make all these graphics, and I'm going to do this, I'm going to podcast, and all the stuff. And then Saturday rolls around, and I wake up like at 1:30 in the afternoon. And I'm all like, I don't know what day it is. I don't know what this life is. And then I'm like, work? No. And then, I tell myself, just like with you, I'm like, maybe a little later. I'll work a little later. Like I'm like convincing myself, and my other self is like, no, we ain't. We have not moved from this chair with this little blanket around us, only to get coffee.
So you're not even honest with yourself.
No. And then I have to sit here and convince myself the whole time that, that it's okay to not work on the weekend. Yeah. Like that's what normal people do. They enjoy their weekends.
Yeah.
But I'm not normal. And so weekends feel like catch-up days where I go, everything I didn't get done during the week because I had to, do all these things. The weekend, it's like, okay, no interruptions. Now I can do them. But then I'm so exhausted and just my brain is like just dead. And so I can't even like come up with anything to, write, because I'm just so, I just want to just gel out and relax,
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I feel guilty about it.
And I would bet like 95% of all authors feel the same way, because it's just never ending. I mean, there's never not any work. Never.
Right. Yeah. Because you could always be working on something. Doesn't matter
Yeah.
what it is. Even if it's not writing, it's helping your business, you know? And
Mhm.
I don't know, like I always have all these things going in my mind that I want to do in addition to writing. And there's just not enough time for it all.
Yeah. And you've ventured out into other things, and that's
Right.
I don't
Well, I had to
you're a
take,
little bit loony, because
I
I don't know
did.
why you did that.
No, I had to take off some things off my calendar for a little bit because, you know, I can do that. I can do those kinds of things whenever I want, but I am just all or nothing. So it's like,
Yeah.
I'm going to do this. Let me fill up every single day of my week with things
this
that
one
I
thing,
should do. Yeah. And then I'm like, this is not humanly possible for me to do. Maybe other people, like my friend Erin, she can do it because this is like, she's, you know, superwoman. But like, I can't work that way. And so it's like, okay, I can't write all the books I need to because I've got some major deadlines this month, and also put out all this creator content stuff, you know? And so it's like, I told myself, you know, cancel those things on your little calendar that you input. I didn't, you know, make any like official plans or anything. It was just in my head that I was going to do all this stuff. And so I went through my calendar and I just deleted them all. And then I was like, oh, that's better. I was like, my calendar is so pretty now. And then it was like, okay, now I can focus on writing because that's the most important thing. And I've got to get this done because for some reason, like all of these deadlines snuck up on the same month and they're all just, bloop. And literally if I can get past November and then finish something up that I have in December, I don't have any like pressing things, you know, then I can go and write on our Briggs Ferry Bay Bad Boys, that sort of thing, like fun stuff that I want to do. But right now it's like I have all these things that I committed to and I have times, and I don't know, it's just and of course it all like comes to a head in the same month, and I'm like, okay, let's see if I can write 3 books and a novella in 1 month, you know. Any person does that. Nobody.
But you're getting it done.
Yeah, I've gotten half of, well, not half, but 1 book and 1 novella done, so that's progress.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try to write a whole book this week.
Perfect. That should work out really well, especially considering your Mondays and Fridays are shipping.
Yes. And Holly also comes on Wednesdays, but and so I was like, oh, maybe we can clean out all of my kitchen cabinets. Because, you know, that's what I should be doing instead of writing. Yeah. And so, you know, but this sounds like a great idea to me. So I don't know what's going to happen. And then I was like, maybe we could bake. She's like,
oh my God.
I know.
Knock it off.
I know. Somebody stop me.
I took just about a whole month off, which I had no business doing because I also have a looming deadline. Not 3 books and a novella, but a deadline. And now I'm just trying to get back into it, because once you lose like that
momentum
and like your schedule, you know, you finally get things down to where like, okay, I'm going to do social media during this time. I'm going to write during this time. I'm going to, you know, and I finally had my shit figured out. Then it wasn't anymore. And for an entire month, I didn't even check social media.
Which is, it's that in and of itself it makes you feel guilty.
So guilty. So guilty.
And you feel like you're letting people down, that you don't care about what they're sharing, or
yes, you want to make sure. Yeah. So I mean, people keep some authors keep things private because, you know, that's your thing. But finally I just got to the point where I was like, look, my brother passed away. I'm not going to be around. Like, everybody just bear with me, because I felt so guilty.
Yeah. People are understanding about that kind of stuff. And it's just, but not everybody knows that. Not everybody sees that post. And so then it's like, you know, or they think, oh yeah, that was like, 2 weeks ago. It's fine now.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and there's really no time limit on that kind of thing. And so it's hard because you have to keep your business running. At
Mm-hmm.
the same time, you also have to like take care of your mental health, your emotional health. And
Yeah.
so I totally get that. And that's why I think that's when I crash over the weekends. It's like my body and my brain is telling me, you know what? Get over it. You're not going to work.
Yeah.
You're going to watch movies.
Yeah.
And you're
It
gonna,
always makes me happy when you take a day off
you
because
always tell me that too.
yeah, you work so hard. And so when you just like hunker down, is that hunker or bunker? I don't even know. I need an editor for my
Hunker.
speech.
Probably hunker.
Okay. When you hunker down and like just take a day off and don't do anything, I'm just so proud of you.
Well, thanks. Like I didn't even grocery shop or plan my meals for the week. Like nothing. Like I didn't do anything that I was supposed to. And that made Monday extra difficult.
Yeah, I know. But you enjoyed the hell out of your Sunday.
Oh my God, I did. That was the best
Yeah.
Sunday I've had in a long time. So.
And you're not allowed to talk about that book until the end because I
Okay,
know you're like chomping at the bit.
I know. I'm trying.
Your new obsession.
I know. I'm so excited to talk about it. I did. Well, I was going to tell you, speaking of things that I was really super excited about. So I got the one book out of the way that I really enjoyed writing, and it went really quickly for me, and I was happy, got it off my plate. But then I had to write this novella, which is a MM for this Heart to Heart anthology that's going to be coming out in like January, I think. Anyway, I got invited to it, and it's with like some authors that I really admire, like Riley Hart and Lucy Lennox, and like just all of these people that I just think are amazing writers. And then they asked me to join, and I was like, what? Oh my God, yes, I'll be in it. I'll be in it. And, and like, I didn't have any business adding something else to my schedule, but I was like, I don't care. I'm doing this. I will make it happen. Kind of like if Willow Winters ever asked me to be in anything, I'm like, drop everything. Sure. Because she's just, everything she touches is magical, and I want to be in the magic, And so same thing with these authors. It's like, they are people I admire and I look up to, and now these people want me to be involved in this project. Heck yeah, I'm going to be in it. Anyway, so I've been thinking about this story, and the thing with the novellas in this anthology, or all the little stories, is that the readers get to submit names and locations and jobs and all these different things, the criteria for the theme of the anthology. And then us authors get to look on this spreadsheet and then choose, and then it grays it out so nobody else can do it. But then the reader that helped choose it will get credit for, like, contributing to this anthology. And so they had some really clever ideas, just stuff that I wouldn't have thought about. And so I gathered my little characters and their things, and I put them together, and their story is so cute. I love it. It's just so sweet and so just adorable. Like, it's just a magical little story. And it was so nice to write that, because I really needed that, like I needed a feel good, lovey-dovey, just makes you smile kind of story. So I don't know. It just made me happy. I mean, I literally wrote it in like 2 days. It made me that happy.
Yeah, you did. You plowed through that one really fast. And it is sitting on my Kindle. I can't wait to read it.
You'll just read it in like an hour because it's so good. I'm just kidding. Let me pat myself on the back. And I named it Lost with You. Because the theme
of name too.
Yeah, because the theme of the anthology is never have I ever. And then my thing that I picked was never have I ever gotten completely and utterly lost. Oh. And so these two guys haven't ever gotten lost before, so they decide they're going to take a little trip and get lost together, because they don't have any friends, that like they're in a strange location that they don't know anybody, and so they decide to do this, and it's magical.
Oh, that's really sweet.
It's in Norway, so just
we're having slight technical difficulties.
Oh my goodness, what? Uh-oh.
You kind of
Is it me?
digitized your way out for a second.
Am I back?
You're back.
Oh my gosh. So yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, hopefully you heard all of that. So
Most of it, yeah.
No.
99% of it.
Okay, good. Next time, like wave at me. Don't let me just keep rambling.
Well, that's the other thing, the other bad part about doing this while our kids are home is that we know our husbands are streaming something, our kid or working on something, our kids are absolutely streaming and probably playing games.
Mhm.
And then we're trying to,
Also
do this.
Right. Yeah.
So
Definitely. That's
let's mark this as something we're not going to do again.
correct. If we were smart, we would get up on Sunday morning and put on our makeup and just do it while everybody's, quietly playing or whatever they do. My people are still asleep. I don't know what your people do, but my people are asleep till, late in the afternoon. So
You
it's
guys
the
are
Webster
so
way.
funny.
I know.
So funny.
But we got up early when you came to visit, didn't you?
What?
When you came to visit, we got up early, didn't we? Or did we sleep in?
No, we got up pretty early.
Okay.
We never got up at like noon.
I didn't want to waste a single minute with you. I set my alarm.
I'm so excited for the where did my brain? The Hard Rock event.
Oh, the Tulsa or Hard Rock author event, Tulsa or however they say it, Tulsa Hard Rock author event.
Shoot, we are totally digitizing out.
Oh no! Can you hear me now?
It's so choppy. What are we doing?
I don't know. Mine says it has 4 bars. You got 4 bars too?
I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, I have 4 bars. Hold on a second. Because I wonder, Ty's gonna have to edit this out.
Okay. He will. He'll be fine.
I wonder if it's just my talk. No, it's not connected.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, but now it's like echoey. It's not. Something's wrong.
Uh-oh. Man, these lights are bright.
Maybe there's nothing wrong. Maybe I'm just imagining it. Oh.
What?
Okay. I think we're good now. All right. He's going to have to edit that out. I don't even know how to tell him because every time I tell him that I snap, he's like, do you think that means something to me?
Right.
He just got to listen to the how else to tell you where it's at.
Right. Just tell him that, he's going to have to just scroll through.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Sorry, producer.
Yeah.
You're going to have to find this moment and make it disappear.
Mm-hmm.
What were we talking about before that?
We were talking about
the Hard Rock event.
Oh yeah, the Hard Rock event. Yes. And
because we're going to be together again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm super excited about that.
And it's going to be, wait, you said your sister-in-law is going to come with you? Is that what you said? Or your mom?
I don't know if my mom or somebody will be coming with me to help me.
Okay, cool.
We'll see.
We'll see.
But I do want to come in early because I want to hang out and not just work.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and do fun stuff.
Yeah.
AKA, no, I'm just kidding. I was going to say
we can do a podcast in the same room.
Ooh, yeah, like that.
What would that be like?
That would be special, but we could do it.
Special, always special.
Yeah, it would be awesome though.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
I think the listeners would like that.
Yeah. So I was gonna mention to you that we got a big fat whopping 0 YouTube views with our last podcast.
Sounds like they don't want to see our pretty faces.
Why not?
I don't know. That's so weird.
Listen, if you're listening on the podcast, you need to stop what you're doing and go to YouTube, because I did not put on lashes and contour for no freaking reason.
And you guys need to see me make love to this microphone. We are not going to say what Ty told me to do to it. That is not family friendly.
Yeah, he got a little graphic with that one.
Yeah. And Misty's like, don't put your face all over it like this. And I'm like, but that's the only way y'all can hear me. And then I told her whenever she talks, I'll be like, what's that? And then I'll go back to talking.
Boo up from behind the mic.
What's that?
Yeah. Well,
I was gonna say, for that signing, I'm a little bit nervous because I haven't been to a signing in a long time. Not that I'm nervous about people or talking to them, because I can talk to anybody, but like I don't know what to do about my book situation. Like I think I'm just gonna have to pick like a few books and then do a pre-order and be like, I'm not bringing everything because there's no possible way. And I, even like 2 years ago or however long it was when I went to my last signing, it was like a massive undertaking.
A production. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, I can't do this. So I'm thinking about like maybe, what I thought about doing? And maybe you could do this too. And whoever's listening, they can copy our ideas. What if we did like a special edition just for the people there?
Oh, that would be fun.
Wouldn't that be cool? And
yeah,
so,
that would be cool.
I mean, like either they could pre-order the special edition and then you'll have some, but then like one of your more popular books or whatever, or, something. And just so that it was, something that they could get at the signing or whatever. I don't know. It just something where I could bring whatever the special thing. And then, if the popular ones or whatever, but like 5 different books, and I can't bring 120 different books times 10 or 20 or whatever.
I don't know how you've gotten this far without doing a pre-order.
Well, I mean, I have done pre-orders, but my pre-orders aren't really big. And I think it's because people know that I bring the whole kit and caboodle.
That's why you just need to like put your foot down. I cannot bring 10 copies of 120 books.
I know.
All got a pre-order.
I used to. And, obviously I'll bring not a ton, but a significant amount of like the wild and, the ones that people like, that's the one that they want. That seems like all the time. I'm not going to bring like my very first book and bring 3 of those, I don't know.
You know what? I went to a signing in Seattle one time and they partnered with a bookstore. And the bookstore stocked not every single author that was there, but like probably just the bigger names, stocked all of their books.
Oh, wow.
So, and then they just had like a little mini book store in there. And then you could just shop, buy your books, and then go and, and you can always get them from the author too. But if the author didn't have what you were looking for, then there was a backup option. And I thought that's smart. Bookstores should do that more often. Because they'd make a killing.
Right. Well, and then the other thing that I'm nervous about is, even for you've got a bunch of books, like how many, like 15 books or something? I mean, a lot.
Somewhere.
A bunch of them. Okay. So you've got all these books. Okay. So say you have somebody that comes to the signing who is a fan of yours, who has only read ebooks, and now she is going to get all your paperbacks. And she got them all off Amazon and she brought them over here. And now you got to sit there and sign them all. And you're like, cool, this is awesome. I'll do this. But then times like 50 people in your line or whatever. And then you're like, oh my God, and I, at first, I used to think, well, why don't they just sign all the books? That's not right. They need to sign all the books. And I personally would sit there and sign all the books, but it's really not fair.
Now that your line has grown.
Right. Yeah. It's really not fair to all the people in the line and then the people putting on the production to have to wait if it, because if someone comes with like 30 of my books, you know how long it takes to sit there and sign 30 books and also carry on a conversation. And all the other people are standing in line going, hurry it up. Come on now.
Right.
I got the wild. I want to get the wild signed, you know, get on my way. And so it makes me nervous because I don't want to be like telling those people no. And like, I don't know, just like an anxiety thing. Like, ooh, you know, I worry about what might happen or what might not happen, but I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'm getting anxiety over it though.
I have anxiety as well because I've never ever done one before.
Well, are they going to let you sit by me?
Well, I didn't ask, but I will. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, that'll be more fun because then we can be like,
maybe we can do like a BFB limited edition.
Ooh,
and then if we're right next to each other, they could just go back and forth. And then I can bring more of those, me, and you won't have to bring as many.
No, but if we're in Tulsa, it makes more sense for me to bring them because you're the one flying. And I have a truck.
I don't think I'll have to bring that many books.
Well, I don't know.
All right. Well, we'll work this out.
Look at us planning this out on our podcast.
I'm sure this is riveting entertainment, but
this is the kind of stuff that, you know.
This is what happens whenever we talk.
I know. Yeah, so that should be fun and exciting.
It'll be fun.
That's a good idea.
We should do a meetup too, like a reader meetup. That would be fun.
Yes, we could do an open book besties meetup with Misty and Christy.
Let's do it.
I bet you we could have like a bunch of people that would want to come and hang out with us.
That would be so fun.
At Cheddar's. I'm just kidding.
I thought you were gonna say McAllister, so
yeah. You know me, I got my favorite places. Force everybody to go to them. It's tradition.
We'll just do it in your living room.
Yeah,
can you imagine Matt's head exploding?
He's gonna be like, "Oh my god, we could do it at my house,
strangers to our house."
Yeah, I don't think he would care, but that would be kind of fun. I mean, he probably.
I think he would care because he's always worried that you're gonna get stalked and killed and murdered, and your family's all gonna die because you gave out too much information.
I know, because what did he say? Stop making eye contact with all those people and smiling at them. It's weird. And I'm like, I'm just being friendly. He just thinks that I'm just gonna get captured one day because I make it too easy for people. I can't help it. I feel like everybody needs to feel welcome.
Yeah. Everybody needs a little Christy sunshine. What does your coffee mug say today?
It says, well, I don't know if you can see it, but it says, is
classy,
it backwards?
Sassy, and a bit smart assy.
Yeah.
No, it's straight. What does your shirt say?
It says,
it's a good day to read a book. That's cute.
Thanks. I got it off of Amazon. I got
bright colors
too. Yeah. So I thought I would be festive and book related today. So
I should probably do that. I haven't.
Well,
I don't like t-shirts. I hate t-shirts more than anything. Look, I'm getting hives just talking about t-shirts.
See, I can't wear shirts like that you're wearing because I feel like I'm exposed and everybody can see all my bitty bits. I remember one time wearing like a V-neck shirt and I just felt like everybody was looking at my what's, and I was like, I don't like this. I feel so exposed. And then I had this dress one time and it goes like down to here. And I felt like, and I am not well endowed at all, at all. And so even still, I felt like my boobs were the center of attention, like at this wedding I was attending, and I wasn't the bride. And I was like, I am never wearing anything like this ever again. And I can tell you, after that, I didn't wear anything else like that ever again.
You're ridiculous.
No, I'm not. Ridiculous. I just don't. I just, I'd almost rather just go topless than to have that hint of my.
How is that not showing everybody your bitty bits?
That's not as bad to me. That's just here we are. But when you're I don't know, it's you're
like the most prudish romance author in the world. Like there is somewhere, sometime, there is going to be a contest for the most prudish romance author, and you are going to get the crown.
What?
Because what you write is not, you don't use words like bitty bits and
boobies. Well, and booty. I say booty all the time.
Yeah, you do say
that
booty all
booty.
the time.
But I don't say booty when I write.
No.
I say that ass.
Yeah. I can see you blushing from me.
You can't. This is why they need to watch the video. I do. I'm getting embarrassed now. Oh my God. I thought I was having a hot flash.
No.
No, but we're talking about itty bitty boobs. And, I need water.
I am the opposite. I don't care if I show off. Even, I'm gonna tell you this, and it's like probably the only funny part about my brother's funeral, but my dress was V-neck, and the little claspy thing was broken, and so it was like really V-neck, like exposing, too much. And I told my mom, I'm like, I'm really nervous to wear this dress because it's not showing church boob. It's like showing boob. And she's like, church boob? What's that? And I was like, just like a respectable amount of boob. This is like stripper pole boob. And I don't think that's really appropriate. And so we like fixed my little clasp.
Aww.
But that's probably the only time that I've ever thought maybe I should cover up a little more.
The only time. And the only time. The rest of the time you're hacking your t-shirts to have, your cleavage hanging out.
Yeah.
I mean, and meanwhile, I'm over here like, can we get this in a turtleneck? Turtlenecks were my favorite back when I was a teenager.
Are you lying to me?
Don't make me prove with pictures again like I did my ROTC stuff.
Oh my God. So last time we talked about your ROTC days, and I expressed how much I wanted to see you inside your ROTC uniform, and you delivered. You delivered so hard. Oh my gosh. And you know what? Are you going to let me use that picture as like why?
For what?
It's like that we can clip this little part and put your little ROTC picture on the graphic, and then everybody will get to enjoy how magnificent the look of horror on your face.
Okay. First of all, I have gangs. Second of all, I had 1996 glasses. Okay. Like these big, like,
yeah, you had goggles.
Third of all, I was wearing an MFing skirt.
You were wearing a skirt.
Fourth of all, I was like 15. And you know what? I was really skinny back then. Like I didn't realize how much I looked like Matthew, how he looks right now.
So much like Matthew.
I know. Yeah. Like we have the same bony little arms. I was like, oh my gosh, that's where he gets it from. Because now
really, you didn't know that before now?
I forgot how like skeleton-y I was back then. So it gives me hope that he's gonna fill in and get fat and happy one day. Like me.
Whatever. You are so skinny.
Whatever. Except for now I am trying though, because I'm eating all this good and healthy stuff.
Yeah.
So, except for yesterday we had Sonic. Don't tell.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you even have like a, what do you get there? What are those things called?
A corn dog. I got chili cheese tots. And I got Butterfinger Blast. No Cool Whip or whipped cream. No, it's whipped cream because it doesn't taste good. So anyway, It made Matt sick.
Oh, it did.
Yeah, because
Oh
I've been
no.
eating these kids and husband like really good healthy stuff, and it just tore through them.
Oh, poor guy.
I know. He was like, "We can't have Sonic ever again." I was like,
Oh,
so tonight it's baked chicken and broccoli.
yum.
Yeah.
No, we've been eating it better too. Well, at least I have. I've been eating much better. I've been exercising a lot, and I have really noticed a difference in my mental health and also my physical health, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, it's good for you. And I mean, like, I get it. Like, first of all, I don't mind eating right. Like, I like eating healthy. I do have a sweet tooth, but I can basically ignore it most of the time. But so, when you're giving me like fish and like baked fish and chicken and like vegetables and salads and like all this stuff, I'm like all there for it. Like, I love that kind of stuff because my husband is obsessed with burgers and pizza and fries and all this stuff that's just so heavy and gross. And I can't stand it. So to me, this is fun. This is good eating. This is like what I want to do. It's hard to prepare it all, and come up with what I'm going to do and then actually do it and not be tired or whatever. But the part that I can't seem to get my head around is exercising. And my little trainers are like, you really need to be getting your heart rate up every day. And I'm like, oh yeah, but I don't have any time. And they're like, well, you gotta like make some time for yourself. And I'm like, but I'm just so busy. And they're like, okay. And like the other day, I don't know if I told you this, but my trainer's like, we need to have a talk on the phone. I was like, oh God, I got any trouble. And so I was like, okay. And so she's like, let's talk at 9:30. And I'm like, okay. So I get on the phone at 9:30 and she's like, how are you doing? And I'm like, oh, I'm good. And she's like, and then I was like, excuse. Cause she's like, why aren't you working out this day? Why aren't you gonna do how, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, have all these excuses ready. I'm like, I'm just so busy and all this. And she said, well, you can't get like 30 minutes to do this. No, I don't ever have 30 minutes to do this. I don't have 30 minutes. She's like, well, that's weird because you made 30 minutes for this phone call. Called me out. And I was like, oh, and I said, oh my God, you're right. And she was like, why don't we start with 5 minutes? Can you do 5 minutes? And I was like, okay, that makes me sound like an idiot if I can't do 5 minutes. So Thursday and Friday, I had to be an overachiever. So I did 10 minutes and I didn't do the exercise.
On what? What did you do?
I walked up and down the stairs.
Oh, you have exercise equipment. I don't understand this.
Girl, I moved that Bowflex into the garage because I was tired of looking at it.
Oh my God, I have to tell a story. Okay, the first time that you used that Bowflex, I think it was 5 minutes.
No,
And
it
was 3. You're right. You messaged me thinking you were really honestly going to die.
I did. I thought I was going to die. It was the worst thing ever. And my lungs were hurting and my legs were like jelly. And I was like, 3 minutes, like how? And it was terrible. And this whole time the trainer keeps telling me like, getting on that Stairmaster. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm not really. I'm just climbing the stairs because I don't want to go to the little Stairmaster because it's outside in the garage now. But at least it's not like the coat holder anymore in my bedroom. But yeah, so I go up and down the stairs and my dog likes to sit at the very top of the stairs. And then it's almost an accident every time I reach the top of the stairs because I'm like, oh, there's a dog in the way. And anyway, so I did 10 minutes Thursday and Friday. And then Saturday I was like, nope, not doing nothing.
Not gonna happen.
And Sunday I was like, I ain't getting out of this chair. And then today I was like, I'm gonna have to do them 5 minutes. And they actually put it on my little app, like, don't forget those 5 minutes. I was like, dang it. So I got up and I did 10 minutes because I'm an overachiever. And it gave me energy. And I felt like happy, like I achieved something for the day. And it's stupid. It was 10 minutes of going up and down the freaking stairs. But I did break a sweat. And by the end of it, my legs were shaking so bad I thought I was going to fall. So you think that, and we don't have what are those things called? Handrails?
Yeah.
We don't have handrails on our stairs. And so it's just like a major accident waiting to happen. But it's worth the risk.
I guess. I mean, you could just walk out your door and walk around the block.
Yeah. No. She did suggest that. Why don't you? She says you should just go outside and take a walk. And I said,
Yeah.
listen.
Not gonna
I said,
happen.
I'm not gonna lie here. I am not going outside. But you need the vitamin. I said, I'm not going outside. I can't. I said, I don't go to the mailbox. Like, no, I don't go outside. But you don't want to get the fresh air? No. Like, I would rather walk around in a circle around my couch 80,000 times than have to go outside and walk around the neighborhood. Not going to happen. And it did happen on Halloween, and that was fine because, I had people to talk to, and there was like candy involved and everything, and it was nighttime and it was cool. But other than that, no. And there was entertainment because you saw the little kids. But
yeah,
it's just you will not catch me outside. How about that?
Oh wow. The only time that I've ever seen you purposely go outside is when you're chasing after the garbage man.
It's called trash anxiety, okay? Yeah, that I can't do that anymore because they're too fast for me now.
So now you just give up. You're like, whatever.
No, but
we're gonna have extra garbage.
I know I do have alarms set on my phone still. Like but that's about the only time I do go outside. And I can't really even think of any times that I go outside, like just to walk to the car. That's it. So
you love the outdoors, like you love to look at it.
Yeah,
but like behind glass or in a picture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get it.
Right. I think it's beautiful. And honestly, I would love to go somewhere where it was beautiful and stay in a little cabin and literally stay in the cabin. Yeah. Now, if there was like a little hot tub on the back patio, I could do that.
Yeah.
But I don't want to go stand by a fire pit or whatever, like sit in one of those chairs that are like fire pit chairs, and I mean, someone can bring me the roasted marshmallow and I'll eat it in the hot tub, but you're not going to see me. And that's why when everybody's like, oh, let's do a writer's retreat and all this stuff and we'll go. And I'm thinking, I hope y'all know I ain't going outside to sit by the fire. It just ain't happening. Like, fire people can go sit out there and drink your wine or whatever, but it's not going to be me. I'm going to be inside watching
fire.
Fire like a little
fireplace. Oh. Can hold the messages.
I'll get one of those little baby monitors, take it out there.
Oh, geez.
Like, hey guys. Oh, I could FaceTime y'all out there.
You could. Yeah. I enjoy being outside as long as it's not cold. I don't do cold, but as long as it's warm, I'm good.
You told me about that time it was just like a couple weeks ago, like a month and a half ago or so. You were like, oh, I said, what are you doing? I'm just taking a walk. And I was like, where? At the property. Oh, by myself. What? Like, seriously? By yourself in like another town in another state, probably? Like, what is even happening? You got your dog to protect you? No, your dog is a little itty bitty thing.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna do nothing.
Even worse than that, like through the forest where there are bears and mountain lions. Yeah. I enjoy that. It's just a little bit of, excitement for your day.
Okay. Honestly, when it comes down to it, I'm not super duper scared of like bears and mountain lions. But I'm gonna tell you right now, if there's a moth the size of my face flying around, I am going to scream.
Or a bee.
Right. Yeah. Like, I don't want any of those. I don't want anything that flies. Yeah. If it's going to be a bat or a falcon, I don't know. Whatever's going to be flying at me, I don't want it. Okay. So June bug, like
a falcon. Do you often have falcons dying in your head?
There's this bird. I think it's a falcon.
It's not a falcon. Whatever you're about to say, it's not a falcon.
There was this big, ginormous bird that sat on my fence one day, and it was humongous. And it was
yeah, you're right.
It was a falcon?
Yeah, because you took a picture of it. I think it was a hawk. I don't think it was a falcon.
Same thing. Same thing. Close enough.
It was a hawk.
So, okay, it was a hawk falcon, and it was ginormous. And I took lots of pictures of nature through my kitchen window.
Yeah,
through the front door.
And send them to me.
Yeah. My sister's the other day, well, it wasn't the other day, it was like last year. And my kid was out in the backyard and she was doing her gardening. And my other kid went out there and he was doing the gardening with her. And I was like, ew, it's too hot. I'm not going out there to do this gardening thing. And I'm just going to take pictures of them from inside the house. So I like got the little blinds open. I got the camera like through there. I snapped some pictures and I did a really good job. There's like no glare. And I sent it to my, I sent it to my family in the group text. And my sister goes, "You took that from inside the house, didn't you?" And I was like, oh, how'd you know? She's like, I knew it. You wouldn't go outside.
Right before you told that story, I was just gonna say the only pictures of the outside you get of your kids when they're outside is you from inside. And also, you took a picture of that car and sent it to me the other day, but you didn't go outside to take the picture of that either. And that is actually really cool because it was like
book related.
Yeah.
And it was like the same car that one of the characters drove in, but I didn't feel like going outside because I didn't want to get dirt on my socks and whatnot.
Oh boy, what do we do with you?
I don't know.
All right. You're going to be very happy to know it is time for you to talk about what book you just read.
It's called the Bible. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We're like, what?
You froze for like a microsecond, so it was like an extra long pause.
Everybody open your Bibles to Deuteronomy. No, I'm just kidding.
Deuteronomy.
I'm just kidding. No, it was called Youre My Home by Katie Moore. And it was an MM story. And it was actually someone had made a post in one of these MM recommendation groups. And they said something like, oh, I need something that's just one of those feel good, hurt comfort, kind of stories, best friends to lover type thing or whatever. And I was like, oh, this is right up my alley. I need, and so I started like, I was going to go down the list and start like shopping,
buying all of them.
Right. But the very first one, it said, the girl said, this one's the best one. And I was like, okay. And then another girl commented and was like, I just was coming on here to recommend this one. I was like, oh, we got two girls now. So I clicked on it. And then I was on my phone, I think. And for some reason, my phone doesn't like for me to buy ebooks. And if I try to buy through my Kindle, it doesn't want to buy ebooks either. So I have to actually pull my laptop out and go buy the ebook. But it could be an operator error. I don't know. But anyway,
probably an operator error.
But so I tried on my phone and it wasn't working. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to forget the name of this book. Oh my gosh. And so I read the synopsis and I was like, oh, I need this book. Like it's a book I need. And I was like, I want to one click. And it was like, learn more. And I'm like, no, click. I want to click. And so then I pulled out my Kindle because it was right there. And I tried to buy it and it was like, no, you can't do this. And I was like, oh my God. So I whipped out my laptop because I'm like determined to get this book. And so I go on there to get it. And then I was like, I'm going to read this. So of course I didn't even wait a second. Like I just stopped whatever I was doing because I just felt really called to this book. And it was like 450 pages long. Like it was a long book, but I'm telling you, that's all I did. And it was so good. Okay. So it's about this little boy. Okay. The story starts when they're 12. Okay. And the little boy, his name's Isaac, and his dad is abusive to him and like uses religious in like a cruel way, like religion in a cruel way. It's not like a normal, like I go to church and I'm normal, like I'm going to like torture you with it. But anyway, and his mom was just kind of like a background piece and she just didn't step in or anything. And he was cruel to this kid. Anyway, so the kid would go and play in the forest behind the house. And one day his dad was being really mean to him because he had gotten a book from the library and they said that he could only read the books that they approve or whatever. And the book that he had gotten from the library was, it had, the guys were boyfriends. And his dad like flipped it open and saw that they were boyfriends and he like, punished him and basically, whipped him real bad or whatever. So the kid goes and he runs to the forest and he's crying, and he's little. Okay. So he's this little, he's 12, but he's very, very small for his age and just so fragile and precious. And he goes out there and there's this boy standing out there and he's crying too. And he's like, who is this boy and why is he crying? And this boy he said that he could think that he was the same age as him, but he just seemed bigger and stronger, And the boy's like, the little boy he's like, who are you? And he's like, I'm Isaac. And then the other boy's like, I'm Brady. And the little boy, Isaac's just crying. Woo! And Brady's like, come here. And so Brady like pulls him into his lap and cuddles him. And I was just like, oh, my heart. And he's like, Brady just lost his little brother. And so they were like, he was very sad. And then he had this little kid that was like really sad and needed loving. So they had like this instant connection. So then, Brady says, I just moved here into town with my family and we live like on the other side of the woods over there. And I want you to be my best friend. And Isaac's never had any friends because he's homeschooled. And he's like, oh my gosh, I got a friend. And he just thinks the world of Brady. And Brady just thinks the world of Isaac. I mean, from the very get-go, 12 years old, they are just best buds. But as time goes on, you have to deal with all the, the dad and all the just, drama. And luckily, Brady's family is very good. Like the dad's a judge and the mom is an attorney, and they've got some he's got little sisters, and they're like a close-knit family, and they talk about things, and they absolutely adore Isaac. And Isaac hates his name, and so they nickname him Zach. And so the family calls him Zach, and like he comes over there to eat and all this stuff, and like they adore him, like they welcome him into this family. But anyway, I don't want to tell you the story, but it's just so good. And it spans over till they're like 18. Like, so you've got, it's slow burn because it's friendship and all this.
Right.
And anyway, I just ate up this book. And you would think, oh, that little boy, Zach, he was just so, he just seemed so small and fragile, and he just cried a lot and all this stuff. He's just a baby. But that's what made him so precious and perfect. Like, I like that about him. And Brady wanted to protect him like all the time, always. And even when they were just friends, he would almost act like a possessive boyfriend, which I just loved. And so, because he'd be like, I want to go do this. And he'd be like, no, you can't do that. And Brady would be like, okay. But he knew, or Zach would be like, okay, because he knew Brady knew better. And Brady took care of him. He would never let him he would never be mean or whatever. He just knew what was better for him. Like, he was the daddy. Ooh, I just loved it. I don't know. I just loved it. And it was kind of pricey for an ebook for me. Like, normally I wouldn't, it was like $7.99.
Yeah, it was like $7.99.
Yeah, but it is in Kindle Unlimited, I think. And
yeah, it is on KU.
I don't care. You know what? I'm gonna buy the paperback, and I haven't had a chance, but I'm gonna stalk the author, and I'm gonna force her to write more stuff because I absolutely loved it. I don't even read acknowledgments and end letters and all the stuff at the back of the books. I've read every single little part because I just needed more. Anyway, that's all. That's my rant.
I wonder if she has signed paperbacks on her website. You should look.
I don't know. I think this is the only book she has written. Maybe, I don't know. I need to look. But she has a Facebook group, so I need to go check it out.
Oh yeah.
A stock.
You told me that you were gonna told me you were gonna be pimping this book, and so I knew you had been chomping at the bit.
I know.
Have you been listening to anything?
Listening to my foxes again. All for the game.
Are you really?
Yeah. But I skipped right to my favorite part. I went to the third book, chapter 9. And I started from there because I wanted to like get right into the nitty gritty of all the romance.
I don't know how people do that. I can't do that. I can't. Mabel, my daughter, she is obsessed with Grey's Anatomy, like to the point where it's just, she was Amelia Shepherd. You don't even know who it is, but she was Amelia Shepherd for Halloween. Like, that is how obsessed she is with this show. And she does that too. Like, she skips ahead. She's like, oh, I'm watching my favorite part, season, whatever, 8,000, because that show is forever long. I can't do that. If I want to watch something, even if it's like one specific thing I want to watch, I have to start at the beginning.
Well,
Always.
I already have the beginning memorized, so I just play it in my head real fast, and then I get on to the good part.
We are not the same.
No,
We are not the same. I am not physically reading anything because I just have not since Dangerous Temptation by Gianna Darling. I have not read a goddamn thing, but I am going to read Lost with You by you.
I was like, who's that? Oh, that's me.
Who's that? And I did start a new book. Well, I'm finished with it now. Almost. I have like an audio book. So I listened to The Sweetest Oblivion by Danielle Laurie. I've been listening to that the last couple weeks. It took me quite a while, but not because it wasn't good. It was really, really good. And I've heard the second book is even better. It's like each book follows a different couple. So I'm excited for that one. That book has been all over TikTok and I totally see why. It's really good. Mm-hmm. I loved it. And then the other one that I saw, basically I get all of my recs from TikTok right now, was Ruthless Creatures by J.T. Geisinger. I cannot pronounce that, but I think it's Geisinger. It's so good. Like, he's a mafia boss. He's big and beefy and alpha and insane. And she's just like this super quirky, hilarious middle school teacher. And yeah, I'm loving it. It's great. I have an hour and a half left. When I was going to pick up my kid today, it was like right to like the peak of the entire story, like all of this danger and excitement, and we're right here. And then my kid opens the door and gets in the car, and I'm like, no, I have to know what happens. So, and then I had to come home and do this. So I still don't know what happens, but I'm very excited.
Well, at least it'll be waiting there for you.
Yeah.
And then you can like listen to all the excitement and not be interrupted.
Hopefully, yeah. But I'll probably have to wait till tomorrow because these kids won't leave me alone for more than 5 minutes. They've actually done really well. I'm surprised neither one of us have been interrupted.
I know. I'm surprised too. Mine probably retreated to their bedrooms.
Yeah, I did hear my dog at the door, and I was wondering if he was going to open it because Ty and I are convinced that he really can open doors. We've seen him do it once here. Last episode, he opened the door.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
And Ty was like, no, the door just wasn't latched. But he saw Dutch open the door.
And then he was like, oh.
And then he's like, oh, maybe he can. So now we're just waiting for him to do it again to prove that our dog is the most genius dog in the entire world. So
yeah, I'm sure he is.
Waiting for that to happen. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's what I'm listening to. So
cool.
That's it. We're good.
Yeah. So now tomorrow we're gonna write all the words, right?
Yeah, we have to. Both of us have to.
Mm-hmm. I'm ready to do some dangerous stuff in my writing.
Oh yeah? Can you say what you're writing on?
Oh.
Or no?
I don't know. I don't think
you don't know. Okay, all right. We won't go there.
It's something that I need to be writing.
I'm writing Riley's biker. I love writing bikers, but writing them back to back, I'm kind of struggling a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I like to be broken up in between. I've decided.
Well, yeah, that's why whenever I had to write that sweet magical novella, it was like perfect, coming right off of like a angsty, tense kind of story, you know? And it was like, it was like refreshing. And I was like, I can dive back in and do some dark, devious stuff.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that's a good little break in between.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And same thing with reading. Like I like that book that I read, if I could find all the books that are like that, I would just read those all the time and in between all of my stressful, anxious life, because that was just, I don't know, those are the feel-good books that just make my heart happy.
Yeah, I always know it's a one that you're gonna obsess over when you start sending me back-to-back quotes, screenshots.
Yep. Oh, it was so good. I know. I and now I'm gonna buy the paperback and send it to my mom, make her read it too. So she'll love it.
Yeah. All right. Well, we will be back in 2 weeks. Don't forget to hit the subscribe,
And
follow, come visit us on Instagram.
Yeah. And if you really want to make us feel good about ourselves, get up on the YouTube and comment, or at least go view it so we can be like, someone looked at it.
Yeah. Before this last one, we did have like comments and like ton of views. Well, a ton for us, but it was the last one just.
Well, and part of that,
my
my problem is you do these really cool things and you said, I'm going to teach you how to do it. And then you never did. And I don't know how you get this stuff on TikTok. And then it flusters me because I don't know how to get the sound things on there. So
okay.
That's why I never can share on there. And then I forget everywhere else. So
why don't you just say, hey, teach me how?
I did, but you forgot.
Oh, well, remind me. I forget everything. I do not have a memory at all at this point. None. So I will. I'll do it this time.
Yeah. Whenever you do it for your own, tell me so I can do it on my own.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Remember that time you had to teach me how to use Audible and buy books? This is the same thing.
Okay. All right. And clearly the book buying thing is going really well, considering you have to break out your laptop. So
right.
Apparently we need to relearn.
I know. Extra.
All right. So we will be back, and I hope you all have a fantastic week.
Yay.
Bye.